Hey, what's going on, everybody? Longbox Love Affair here. I have an overdue haul from the past couple of weeks of things that I picked up. Some of these are spec, some of these are getting ready for a convention. I'm hoping to go to the East Coast Comic-Con. I have the in-laws up in that neck of the woods in New Jersey, so I was thinking of camping out and going Friday and Saturday of East Coast Comic-Con. Don't have my tickets yet, but I'm hoping to do that. Primarily so I can snag Jim Starlin, George Perez, and Ron Lim. Ron Lim I really want to sketch from. I already have one. I have a Thanos. I want to get a Warlock and maybe even a Silver Surfer one. So we'll see about that. So I've been stocking up on some books that I'd like to get signed by the trifecta, and then maybe more, and see what happens. I've never been to that con. So first I picked up, this is my third copy of this book. I only own one right now, so this is my second owned one, is Strange Tales 178, the first Magus. Some would say this is really where Warlock took off, and really became the Warlock of today, the cosmic character that he is. So found this beautiful copy on eBay. It probably could use a little bit of a press, but there's not much creasing on there. So really excited about this. I'm a big fan of these storylines. The style of art, the cinematography, and the artwork is really awesome. So really cool book. If you don't have it already, pick that up. I was excited to pick this up on eBay 15% off time period. So it's Man Logan #4. Yep. I need to rebag this because it's got the old tape and it's got tape on the sides split. I'll put this aside, but it's the Zafino cover, and I saw this cover. I knew right away it was something I wanted, and of course it was sold out. So it took me a little bit for it to cool off. I was at a comic shop down in Florida, and they wanted $100 for this, and I was like, no way, no way, no way. Especially because on eBay there were many that were $60 and below. So I just waited until I got a discount. I had ordered these next two issues, Domino 2, the second print. This was going for a little bit of money, about $14 to $15 on eBay, and not many of them available. It seems to be a harder issue to find, and there was a random store on the internet that I found that had them, and for basically cover, or like $4 or something like that. So I had them shipped to my aunt's house because I was going down to Florida and I was going to get those convention signatures from Greg Land. These never showed up. They showed up 3 days after I left, 2 days after I left or so. So it took them a week and a half to get to my aunt's. So I missed out on that. But in the grand scheme of things, I wasn't going to slab these anyway. And actually, I found one of these at the convention for $4 or $5, and I didn't pick it up because I knew they were coming. I didn't want to be that big of a hoarder. So I have them. They're cool to have in the collection. I did not get them signed. I also picked this up. I was surfing eBay, again, when I was in Florida, having some lunch. And I got a better copy of Amazing Spider-Man 149, the Clone Saga. Classic example of this. Used to be a hot book, a controversial book, and it's cooled off quite a bit. I don't know what condition my current issue is in, but I saw this on eBay and I was like, I'll just pick it up. And I bought it for like $20 or something like that. And I thought that was a good deal. So the first appearance of the clone and the death of the clone, Ben Reilly. And I just think the storyline is going to has had lasting power, and is something to have in the collection. So it's a second issue for my books. Next up is a bunch of George Perez books that I've been picking up. So I found a really great deal on eBay for an Crisis on Infinite Earths with the Newsstand. So I've been looking for the Newsstands lately. That's my latest hunt. And so if I can find them, I'm going to try to pick them up. So #1 Newsstand, not too hard to find, I don't think, but this was in really nice condition. I don't know if I'll have them sign this book, but I wanted the option. I wouldn't mind finding the Flash and the Supergirl death issues in Newsstand, so I'll hunt for those. I also picked up, I've been looking for a second copy of Silver Surfer 34, and this is a Newsstand. I had a whole bunch, and then before Infinity War, the movie last year, I sold a bunch of them. So, big Thanos fan, Silver Surfer fan, Warlock fan, Infinity Gauntlet fan. So, and this is in really nice shape. I actually, I bought another book from this seller, and he shipped them separately because I bought them separate times. And I had him return it because I ordered a Newsstand of an Infinity Gauntlet book, and he sent me the direct edition. And so I returned that because it wasn't what I wanted, and it wasn't the picture, and that just shows you that what you have in your picture is super important. Because that happened to me a couple times with sellers where I would message them and say, just making sure, checking the condition of this Newsstand book, and they're like, oh, it's not the Newsstand. I was like, well, that's the picture that you have. So always show what you have so that no one is disappointed. But I love this cover. I have the Silver Surfer 44 already in a 9.8 signed by Jim Starlin. I'm not going to crack that. I just don't trust luck that much. But I'd like to get them both to sign this book. And then I've been picking these up if I can. So Infinity Gauntlet 5, the Newsstand edition. I love this cover. This is like one of my favorite issues of the run. So number 5, number 3, not the Newsstand. Another 3. I think it came in a set. One of these came in a set. Number 2, not the Newsstand. So I'm continuing to look. So that was, and then I found it, Second and Charles, I found a Newsstand of Infinity Crusade for $1. Yeah, 95 cents. So I figured why not, especially because it doesn't have any bends in it. Also, when I was at a Second and Charles, I figured I'd check one out that just opened in my area. Not quite my area, but 40 minutes away. I bought a bunch of other books, so that's the rest of this haul. And almost all of these books I have already to some extent. So, for instance, I picked up Infinity Gauntlet 1. I sold the set of these that I had when I originally collected it, but since this was available for 95 cents, I figured why not. It has first appearances of some characters that are in the Nova Corps, so who knows? Marvel did this Secret Wars, Infinity Gauntlet, and Inferno, and a bunch of other storylines several years ago, and they seemed to go nowhere, and to be quite honest, was a waste of my time and money, in my opinion. So I'm wondering if they're ever going to do anything with those characters or those universes, or if it was really just a money grab, which is probably what it was. So in this case, maybe there's some spec value to this. I don't know. So I picked that up. Also picked up True Believers Infinity Gauntlet number 1. Why not? I never picked it up when it came out originally. I also picked this up. Someone, I think 2 had it as a spec. Quasar 30, first Venom Thor symbiote. It's a what-if bunch of tales in Quasar. I figure, again, for $1, why not? It looked interesting. I was intrigued, and I'll try it out. And who tapes with 2 black pieces of tape and a white one? That's weird. Avengers No Surrender, 683. I think there's some Immortal Hulk cameo in this. And then I bought a bunch of X books that were Newsstands. Again, I already have the main issues. So number 2, Jim Lee Newsstand. Pretty cool. Number 10, this is the Newsstand. Is it? Yes. Yeah, you can't see it, but it is the Newsstand under that barcode for a long shot there. X-Force 7 Newsstand. So, again, I'm collecting my boyhood favorites. So, X-Force, X-Men, those are pretty much the main ones. Maybe SpiderMan, the McFarlane ones, if I can find Newsstands, or even the Eric Larson ones. Those were my favorites as a kid. Newsstand of X-Force 4, the Sideways issue. That was pretty cool back in the day. X-Force 5. And these are all in really great shape. I think there was another one there of a different kind. One of the X books in Newsstand, it was bent to shit, and I said no. So, X-Force. And then, I had never seen this one, and I bought it for 25 cents. Cyberforce 1 Newsstand. So I was excited about that. Mark Silvestri. I'd love to meet him someday, get a couple SIGs, and this would be one I probably would have him sign. I need to start a book, or a binder, or a short box of books that I want to get signed, so I don't have to keep on ferreting through everything when the time comes. So that's my haul. If you have books you're looking to sell that are newsstand worthy, in decent shape, near mint, hopefully, particularly the Infinity Gauntlet or Infinity War storylines, I just love those books, and so I'm collecting those. There's no huge spec value other than, you know, the newsstands are a little bit harder to track down. So if you have any of those in your collection you want to pawn off on a fellow YouTuber, hit me up in the comments below and maybe we can make a deal. But in the end, I'm going to take what I have with me to East Coast Comic Con, if I'm able to make that all work, and hopefully meet those guys and spend my days waiting in line, because I'm sure it's going to be crazy. So that's that. Just a quick haul video. I am binging on eBay these days, so we'll see what happens, what comes our way. So thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.